I'm Shar, and you are
tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
Hey y'all, this is Homeroom with Smooth. How are y'all doing today? This is episode number 178. I got with me Jasmine Burke. She is an actress, director, producer, and writer.
Hello.
Oh man. So how are you?
I'm wonderful today. How are you? Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I'm doing fairly good. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I can't complain. Um so take us like so how early did you start working on films?
I was in my first film when I was in a junior in high school.
Hmm.
One of our theater teachers, well, actually, one of the parents of one of my theater, friends was a filmmaker, and his parents were actually actors. And so his dad was filming this short film for educational purposes, and he needed a bunch of kids in it, and so he cast
Hmm.
me to be in the movie. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, I was in a movie. But so that was pretty fun. And then I was an extra in Drumline, the very first Drumline, when I
Hmm.
was a senior in high school. And then, like, many years later, I ended up co-starring in Drumline 2. So that was a very full circle moment, and just reminded me of why I started and where I started. So I've been acting a long time.
I see. Because yeah, you have quite the resume on IMDb. Quite the resume. I was like, I honestly, I was just like, oh, I was like, she's coming on my show. I'm like,
Yes, I'm coming to talk to you.
but I'm glad to have you here. So what we're here for is you have a new movie coming out. It's called Christmas Holidate, starring yourself, and also help me with the other fellow's name because I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Iroku.
Iroku. Okay, because I am notoriously bad with names. Everybody that watches the show will tell you that. That is the number
Okay,
one.
and then we have Greg Allen Williams,
Yeah,
and
Greg Allen.
just yes, Greg Allen Williams. He also directed, and
Hmm.
it's just a wonderful cast. The mother and the auntie, they really, the cast is a beautiful, extremely talented cast.
Yes, and from watching the trailer, I was like, yo, I'm like, how can I go see this movie? So how can the audience connect with Christmas Holiday?
Well, Christmas Holiday is very heartfelt. It's a family movie. It's a cheerful movie, but we're also dealing with grief and what that looks like during the holidays for a
Mm,
family. And the acting is just beautiful and superb, to tell the stories of how a family heals after a tragic loss during the holidays. We all know that during the holidays, it can be hard for some people, just thinking about loved ones. And so this movie, Christmas Holiday, deals with that. And the story is just, it just comes together in such a beautiful way. And I believe that's how people are going to connect with it.
yeah, I agree with that because from what I watched in the trailer, like I seen enough to make me go like make me a little sad. I seen enough to make me laugh. I was like, okay, I'm like this is gonna have the hallmarks of one of those good films to where people want to come back to it. You're gonna want to show your next, you know what I'm saying, your next generation, like, hey kids, you're gonna watch this movie, you know.
Yes, thank you. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's definitely a good film, and I also want to get into like the importance of black filmmakers because our stories have to be told, and it's only up to us to tell those stories the correct way.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, what do you what how do you feel about being a black filmmaker yourself? Films like making black films and telling our stories.
It's truly an honor to be a filmmaker and just have the capacity and vision for seeing a story in your mind and getting it out, whether that's on paper or pulling pieces of the puzzle together to make the production come together,
Mm-hmm.
or directing it, giving it the feel and the visual style, just all the elements of filmmaking. I'm attracted to all of the pieces. And it's been such an adventure learning more and more about all the different processes and waking up all these creative pieces inside of me and
Mm,
not being afraid to step out on faith and
mm-hmm.
to meet the challenge. Like sometimes there have been times early in my filmmaking career and even now too, because I'm always still learning.
Mm-hmm.
There have been times when opportunities have been presented to me and maybe I didn't know everything that came with the territory, but I knew I'd been around it and had a natural curiosity. So when the opportunity presented, I was naturally excited by it. And I just followed that excitement instead of following the fear. And every challenge that I've stepped into and just moved with that excitement, because ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Yes,
Not,
it is.
yes, not knowing everything, it actually can work to your advantage, because you just
Mm-hmm.
step in and you just do the best with what you know.
Yep.
And then somehow, some way, angels in the form of people come along and help you out.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
rest is history.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. You really hit it on the head there. That was very well put. That was very well put. That was very well put. Um. Yeah. And I really want to highlight that stepping out on faith and like um really like dive taking a risk, like being able to step out on faith and take a risk. I don't think enough people value that, just doing it part of faith. Like everybody starts praying, but nobody steps and move because it says faith without works is dead. So you have to move. And I think a lot of people don't, they undermine that part of faith.
Yes, because I think people, we underestimate ourselves too much. I think
Yeah.
that's really what the key is. We are, it says, now there's nothing they won't be able to do. So, and just think about all the things that people have done over the course of history. They were
Mm-hmm.
human beings just like us, flesh and blood, but they tapped into something, believed in themselves, even when everyone else said they were crazy. They just kept believing in themselves. And now a lot of those people's um, faith walks
Mm-hmm.
um, have led to the inventions and the advancements of our society that we enjoy today. When I just think about medicine and I think about technology, and I just think of all the things that are happening now with that are advancing our society, and it's people like you and me,
Mm-hmm.
people like you and me, you know. So I just always say to myself, why not me? Like, why can't I? Like, if I have a
Mm-hmm.
curiosity, if something is, I really feel interested in that, I feel curious about that,
Right.
I just try it. And don't get me wrong, there have been things I've tried that didn't necessarily work out. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man. But, you just have to keep trying.
That's very true. That's very true. Um, and so we're in the holiday season. Why is it important to forgive people? Like that importance of forgiveness? Because I I'll let you answer, and then I'll give my own example.
Who? Why is it important to forgive people? Because you owe it to yourself.
Mm,
I think about the times. And even now, things that I'm like working through forgiveness. And it's really eating at me. It's really tormenting me. Like that person is not around or whatever they did, they already did it. It's done. And I'm the one sitting in the stew. That person is probably like gone on doing whatever they do, on to the next person, on to the next, you know, pray, on to the next, whatever, And I'm the one sitting back like, gnarled up about it inside. So really the forgiveness is just me letting go of what happened and just trusting that because I'm still standing, that must be a sign that whatever that was not meant to knock me down or blow me over. Um, there's something in here for me to strengthen me in this because I'm still standing. And so for me, that's really what forgiveness is about.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Cause so for myself, the forgiveness part, I for myself realized that I needed to let some things go so I could finish growing, you know, that I feel like if you don't forgive those people, you're still in that moment, or at least a piece of you is in that moment. And you need all of yourself to go where you're going. That's how I feel.
Absolutely. Like we can't get distracted,
Hmm.
because doesn't it feel like, oh, now that you said it like that, it feels like it's a distraction.
Yes.
It's like oh my gosh, oh wow, I just had a light bulb moment.
Oh man. Um, but yeah, what was your favorite part of working on this film?
My favorite part of working on Christmas Holiday was the camaraderie because we only had so much time to shoot the movie and we were working against the threats of a looming snowstorm that was supposed to happen in Atlanta. And if that happened, it would really throw production off. So every day we were like, watching the news like a hawk while we were filming, and people were behind the scenes making contingency plans. But we did want the snow because we were like, oh, if we get real snow in the movie,
Yeah.
that'll be amazing. And we ended up getting real snow. It happened. So all the snow in the movie is authentic. We really got blessed that one day of snow. And we rearranged everything that day. We had a whole plan to shoot indoors. We moved everything outdoors so we could capture the snow. And it came out beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's God really. Like that's some well-timed stuff right there.
Yeah. So because of that, the cast, we all like we bonded, like we had to work together, like to keep up with everything because things were changing in the moment. We think we
Hmm.
were filming one scene next and then it would change. No, we're moving everything to this. So now we have to rearrange. So we really came together as a cast and as a crew and worked
Hmm.
together to make it happen so that we could make our days and shoot our beautiful movie. And we did.
Yeah, and I hope everybody really goes to check out this movie because I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna put the link for the trailer in the bio of the video. Y'all definitely need to check out this trailer. Like it's a good trailer for a really good movie. Um, and I also want to say, where can audiences check out your film, Christmas Holiday?
Yes, so this holiday season, they can go to studio movie grills all around the country and watch Christmas Holiday with their friends and family.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Studio Movie Grill. I'm gonna find one near me. I'm going.
Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure there is one near you. You just have to actually you can go to the link in my bio on my Instagram page. My
Okay.
Instagram is at Jasmine Burke. And the link is in my bio to where you can find the studio movie grill closest to you in the show times. And then there are going to be some opportunities for you to check out Christmas holidays. this season at a studio movie grill near you.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that. Her Instagram will also be linked in my bio, so you can check that out as well. Um, hey, I want to thank you for coming on to this episode of Homeroom with Smooth. It was a pleasure to have you, and I hope you have a good one.
Thank you.